My name is Meesa.
My name is Meah.
Also known as Eminem, and you are listening to your number one source of inspiration for this generation. And we are going in. As always, here in the studio, thanks so much for tuning in. Meah, what's going on with you?
Listen, man, we got a great conversation going up this week. But first things first, that was that new Ty Brazzle. That was Perfect Peace by Ty Brazzle, man. I'm loving. There are a lot of music circulating, a lot of new music dropping in the CHH space. I feel like we're starting off this first quarter very high. Every song that we're playing this week has been
High caliber.
Like, everyone's been really killing it. So shout out to all the artists that were featured. That are featured on this week's show. We're only an hour show, so we can't feature everybody. And I hate that.
Yeah.
But everyone who's dropping right now, everyone's just killing it. So shout out to all the artists. But listen, guys, we have a great conversation going up this week. It's all centered around this question right here. Okay, so this is therapy. Welcome. We're asking you, so far in 2024, what's been the hardest thing you had to do? So listen, Meesa and I is going to go ahead and pour out our heart and souls. But so we want you to pour out too. We're not just going to give all this stuff out and you not say nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so go ahead and let us know on social media at MM Live Radio. And also make sure you guys are, whether you're on Threads or X, also known as Twitter, let us know also where you guys stand on the conversation. So far in 2024, what's been the hardest thing for that you've ever had to do? Question, if you can rate 2024 so far. Oh, I hate that I'm asking this question. If you could rate 2024 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes, 10 being the best?
10 being the best,
Okay.
1 being the worst.
Okay.
Not the best. What would you give it?
Meah, if it's not the best, it's the worst.
I just hate saying the worst. It sounds so depressing.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
Okay.
For me, it's been about an 8.
An 8?
Yeah. We up.
Okay.
It's lit. What about you?
I'll give it a 7.5.
Oh, okay, well, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So for you, what has been the hardest thing you've had to do so far?
Honestly, it's just being disciplined with my spending because I got this mortgage now, y'all. I got a mortgage now. And it comes out and I got to pay it. You know what I'm saying? I work too hard. I work too hard to not pay it and lose the house.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just making sure that we stay super consistent, very disciplined to our monthly budget. Mm-hmm. We know what's coming in financially. We know what's going out. If I can't get it this go round, I'm gonna have to be okay with it.
What's been the biggest thing you've had to sacrifice?
The biggest thing that I've had to sacrifice? Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a good question. I think, I gotta think about that one.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your biggest sacrifice?
My biggest sacrifice for this year? What I want.
See, I was gonna
opposed
think
to what's best for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably been the biggest sacrifice.
Like my desires and stuff, your desires.
I think my comfortability, my norm, what I'm used to, in exchanging it for what's best for me.
Yeah.
Because just because you've been doing it in routine and just because you're comfortable doesn't mean that it's best for you.
Yeah. I think I've had to sacrifice a lot of my time, and it was more so because, more so sometimes my free time. Yeah, because we were fasting screen time and stuff for the 21 days of prayer and fasting with our church, and I tend to decompress when I get home from work and be on my phone and just kind of like relax and hop on social media and see what's going on Twitter, see what's going on social media, or even like hop on Amazon and buy stuff for my new house, you know, so, or even hop on Pinterest, different things of that nature, watch a movie with my husband and stuff. So it's like those recreational things that sometimes bring me a little bit of happiness, at least for a moment. I've had to kind of sacrifice, but it was all for a good thing. Like I was literally fasting, I was literally praying, but those sacrifices are what's been the toughest to give up, because if I'm not sacrificing what I want to do freely, then I'm still being mom, I'm still being wife, I'm still cooking, I'm still cleaning, I'm still going to work, I'm still kind of like in work mode in my mind. But that's been more so the biggest sacrifice for me so far.
So the hardest thing so far has been being disciplined when it comes to, do you feel like you're a disciplined person?
I can be, but sometimes it's easy to just like push it off. Like, I could be disciplined tomorrow. Like, I mean, I missed the mark today.
Facts, yeah.
I'll hit snooze.
Tomorrow's gonna be here.
Tomorrow's gonna come, and I'll do better tomorrow. But why do better tomorrow? We can do better today.
Bro, I saw this fire thing. I haven't been thinking about discipline the same since. I heard this girl say on TikTok. I wish I could remember her name. She said, because I feel like sometimes when you're not disciplined, it can transform into procrastination. And she said that procrastination is you saying to God that is thinking that God's going to guarantee you time tomorrow when he gave you today to do it. Right. And I was like, dang, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like one of the best things that God's been wanting us, I know for me, like for me, my word for 2024 is stewardship. So I've been realizing and grasping that that's not even just physical things. It's like time. You know, the fact that I have the time to do it today. So why push it back to tomorrow when I had time to do it today? I just didn't spend my time well when it came to those things, you know? So that's interesting hearing you say when it comes to time and discipline and things like that.
So tell me about you. So when we talk about what's been the hardest thing of 2024 so far that you had to do, what would you say?
I had to let go of a very close friendship of mine.
Oh, how was that?
It's funny is that you know how it's been, because y'all know. Well, for those who don't know, Meesa is my blood sister, so she's been walking me through this whole thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel as if breaking off friendships is. I've never had a breakup, but this is how I would imagine a breakup feels. Especially because it's been a friend who I've known for a very long time, 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Have experienced life events together, you know, the highs, and we've also had low moments. But that's why I was telling you the things where it's hard to sacrifice is the things that you know that's familiar, like this friendship that you just know. And plus, I don't know. I'm an introverted person, so like in social settings, I'm not the one getting to know people, shaking everybody's hand. I just kind of like flow whoever I naturally meet. Yeah. So that's also comfortable. I'm not realizing this. It's comfortable because I know you and you've always been there, but if it's not healthy, I can't keep that around because it's not best for me. Yeah. And it's funny how when I was talking about stewarding, I think this may even tie into what God's having me do for the year, is that I have to even like steward well those who I have, like steward my relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't keep something around you that's not good for you. You wouldn't keep food that's not good for you. You wouldn't stay in a house where everything's all broken off. Like, you would have to leave. You know what I'm saying? And it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's been really hard having even to communicate, because I feel like our culture, I'll say our generation, is so used to cutting people off. We talked to our brother about this. Yeah. How
he's Gen Z for context.
We just cut you off and not to give you any explanation why. Why that may be some people's prerogative and they think that's fine. To me, that's not. Yeah. I'm not used to communicating, but I think it's one of my goals for this year is to communicate when something bothers me, because usually you can ask me, so I will brush things under the rug. So it's best that I tell this person, my friend, that I have to step away from our friendship. That was hard. Yeah. Ask me, so I sat at her dining room table for the longest trying to figure out what I should say, because I really just want to be like, I not say anything and just fall back. That's not healthy.
No, it's not.
And it's better to. Why are you laughing, Meesa? I'm getting emotional.
I really could imagine you like being so worked up to be like, hey, Chat GPT, how do I break up with a friend? And then it like give you this whole like explanation of what. Did you do that?
Yes. Why is that funny? Let me explain.
What did Chadwick say?
First of all, they helped immensely. So I don't hear nobody say nothing. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was overwhelmed. I had a long day at work, and my brain was fried. And it's all about working smarter, not harder. And it makes me mad because our engineer is laughing. He the one who put me on ChatGPT.
This is the funny thing, though. There's probably a lot of people.
And I didn't copy and paste it verbatim. I took some things. I took nuggets and things that they said and made it my own.
But I can imagine people listening to this podcast probably like, ooh, I didn't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like writing it down, life hack. But listen, though, I want to ask you this. That's hysterical. I want to ask you this. So after you after you've gotten through that the hardest thing that you had to do this year, have things started getting easy in any way after making after going over that huge mountain of difficulty? Has anything been easier for you?
I felt a slight amount of ease. Slight. It's not the biggest. I feel like it'll come over time. But I feel like I felt the slight amount of ease. Because it's not weighing on me as much. Like having to communicate, talk, text, do all those types of things. When I sent the message to my friend, I did feel like a little amount of peace.
Really?
Like a little.
Okay.
And I was kind of like, progress.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take whatever I can get. Okay? So I'm not going to lie to you, it's been tough.
Yeah. But I feel like with doing the hard things, there's got to be an exchange for ease somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that there's some type of transaction. There's still some type of swap and some type of switch that needs to take place after you do the hard thing. Like if you do the hard thing now of disciplining yourself when it comes to eating, and you do the whole portion control, and you get up early and you go to the gym and you run and you do your push-ups and you meet your goals, the ease is you're going to have that beach body come the summer, or if you're disciplined now and you do the hard thing and you budget and you stay consistent and you don't just spend money every single waking moment you're on Amazon, the ease is that you can pay your bills and be comfortable, or even have a little money left over.
I think I saw this quote a while ago that said, pick your heart.
Yes.
And it was in the relation to fitness, where it was like, you can either not like what you see in the mirror every day, or you can go to the gym.
Yeah.
Both are hard.
Both are tough.
And you can't avoid either one.
Oh, yeah.
So pick your heart. And for me, it's either I stay in the friendship where I don't feel valued and I have to keep going through this, or I break it off. They're both hard. So I have to pick my heart. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to finances, either you sit and you don't have any discipline as far as you saving your money, or you don't spend anything, you don't get the chance to do things that you want to. They're both hard.
Right.
So pick your heart. Either way, there's a benefit. They seem similar and hard, but one of them has a greater benefit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just have to make the hard, difficult choice of being able to choose which one you're willing to deal with.
It's all opportunity cost.
It is.
That's all it is.
Just let us know on Instagram and social media. Let us know, guys, what's been the hardest thing you had to do. And honestly, y'all, genuinely, I'm really hoping that with the hard things that we have to deal with, that I'm not even believing this. I know by fact and also by faith.
Yes.
That us doing these hard things this year will make the rest of our 2024 easy. And therefore, the things that that were hard for us, where we feel like we took a loss, I'm hoping and praying, and even got faith to believe that we'll get big wins as 2024 goes out, because we've buckled down and did the hard things.
You did the work.
We did the work.
You put the sweat equity in. You put the hard blood, sweat, and tears in there, and good has got to come out of it.
And listen, all we're basically saying is have your way. Speaking of have your way, y'all, our bro dropped a double single and it's fire. I've not been listening to anything else. If there's any music that's been resonating with me, it's been his music. Here's one of his singles, Have Your Way by Aaron Cole. Then we got that I think it's Rivera. The song is fire. Love that song. We're gonna play it here. I know you already know.
It's Eminem Live Radio. Don't go anywhere.